both the teams. Whoever wins today, they are in a comfortable position.
Do you mean particularly in this Group B with Japan to play? Good shot. We've been talking about it again and again. Go straight down the ground. You'll get good reward there. It's the first maximum of the chase. And it's a really good stroke, isn't it? The way in which he extends his arms, elegant as anything. One of the shots of the day for me.
Yes, it was. It hit it straight down the ground towards the side screen with a straight bat over the mid-off fielder. Like we always discuss about hitting straight will get you good reward. That is a very good example.
Are you surprised with the change of bowling? I know Nandan Yadav was probably struggling to control the swing, but it looked like it was very favourable in terms of seeing bowling conditions. Don't necessarily need the change to spin, particularly with the fact that Rajbanshi's going to have to bowl to the left-hander here. Gets away with that one. That beats the infield. That runs for 4.
It's a backed offside field. There's a short third, backward point, cover point, extra cover, short extra, and mid-off. The 5 fielders inside the circle. Another good hit. There's a chance for the fielder. Taken. Second wicket down. After has to depart. Sandeep Zora takes a very neat catch, a comfortable catch at long on.
Now, what do I know about the matchups? Left arm spinner to the left-handed batter. We see it again and again. And maybe the change of bowling was a very good one. It might have cost the maximum. But the slight change in angle, it's a canny piece of bowling, isn't it? He's trying to go straighter. He might even be trying to go over long off. But Rajbanshi followed him. And Jura takes the catch and he says, look at those lights, they're the brightest I've seen. What a looks quality to them. It's Bhavsar who's got to go back. He's gone for 11 and Nepal have 2 in the power play. They would love a third. Kuwait 20 for 2.
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो बाइक नेपाल टॉप सब ठीकठाक पर्दो बाइक नेपाल टॉप सब एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै सब एनर्जी कार्पेटको पछाडी यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
What lights?
All of a sudden, what was looking like a difficult over for Nepal turns into a good one. End of the 4th, 20 for 2 the score. That 142 is looking...
होटल बुकिङ पनि सेवाबाट
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल सनफ्लावर ओइल मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद
पुस्तालाई मायाले जोड्ने जिन्दगीलाई अर्डिनरीबाट एक्स्ट्रा अर्डिनरी बनाउने सधैँ केएफसी
TR was there for a TR, I think it was last year. Wonderful vibe in the Kathmandu Valley. Nandan Yadav's going to have a change of ends, maybe have a bit more success controlling the swing from this end as he charges in. All of a sudden, I think Kuwait are probably going to go into consolidation mode, but we haven't seen that from Clinto Anto. He's swung at every ball. What's he going to do?
Yeah, he's been swinging, but swinging across the line. That is why he's been missing the ball, getting those inside edges, getting those gloves. It's very simple. Just watch the ball, try to hit it straight as you can. You'll get good reward.
Yeah, it sounds easy from up here. It might be a bit tricky out there. Always easy to watch it from afar and say, I'll just do this. But certainly you're getting good reward down the ground so far today. And for Kuwait, they'll know the importance of this first game. get a win, and all of a sudden you're thinking about a position of taking 2 points through into the Super 6 and get yourself into a position of really believing that you might be able to qualify for a maiden T20 World Cup. For Nepal, it would be a third T20 World Cup, and remarkably, Sampal Kami, who took that opening wicket, could well play in all three of them if they get there.
Yes, he's the only one who played the 2014, the first ever T20 World Cup Nepal played.
Bit of innovation attempted, and the off stump is rocked back. Nepal now have 3 in the power play. It's another very ambitious stroke. Kuwait's batters not really learning their lessons, and it's a shot yet to get off the mark that, despite fine leg being up in the circle, you have to say is ambitious at best. And Nandan Yadav strikes another good bowling change.
Yes, it was again trying to play across the line, trying to play a ramp behind the keeper's head, not watching the ball. The head was up, completely beaten and bowled by Nandan Yadav. He has to depart for not Patel, the keeper batsman. Kuwait 21 for 3.
I can't imagine that was...
नारायणको लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क 10 वर्षदेखि पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क 10 वर्षदेखि एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
completely swung the game. Nepal, they took the momentum in from the first innings as a consequence, and now they've really picked that up with their bowling here in the second. It's been an inspired performance thus far, and Yasin Patel will come to the crease at number 5. These two will need to build a partnership. Too wide outside the off stump. There is pace there, isn't there, for Nandan Yadav?
And Nandan is trying to bowl across the left-hander, just pushing the ball away. That is why it went away. You can see his wrist position. It's facing towards the third man region. That is why the ball went away from the left-hander. It's good to see that the senior pro, Sampal Kami, coming to chat with Nandan Yadav, the young fast bowler.
We see a bit of Dipender Singh Airi with the ball. He's looked in great form in terms of his bowling. Good against the West Indies in that first game. Very good in the warm-ups here.
Yes, he'll definitely come and bowl. Probably out of power play or inside power play. You never know. He opened the bowling against West Indies in the first game, and even in the second game as well.
Slightly leg-side-ish, and that will allow Yasin Patel to get off the mark. One thing is certain about Kuwait, though, they bat deep and kind of all the way down to number 10. They'll keep coming at Nepal. The challenge is what Nepal are doing, starving the boundaries and bowling dots here in the power play. They're building that required run rate up now. It's starting to push towards 8 runs per over.
The more dot balls Nepal bowl, the more pressure builds up on Kuwaiti batters. Kuwait in trouble, 23 for 3 in the 5th over.
Goes full and straight, takes on Gulshan Jah, who decides against throwing it. He was quite deep there at mid-on, so always an easy single as long as Anto went immediately. It'll get us to the end of the 5th over, and Kuwait are in a bit of trouble, 24 for 3.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Skyward Appliances.
उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क 10 वर्षदेखि पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Prime Millet Butter. Honey, Steel.
completely swung the game. Nepal, they took the momentum in. The sixth first innings as a constant T20 game has evolved around. Picked that up with their bowling here. Much more than 2 decades now. It's been an inspiring performance thus far. It's exactly 20 years. Yasin Patel will come to the crease, and this has turned into a more and more important over as the batters should have got the pace of the pitch, and it's the final one of the fielding restrictions. Nepal took it for 12, and it's the final one of the fielding restrictions first. Kuwait will need to do the same to start to get up towards that required run rate.
Yes, the 5 ball remaining of the power play. The left arm spinner bowling against the left hand batter. Matchups, we always talk about matchups. He already taken a wicket of the left hander.
Yeah, right on the money. Rohit Powell, his 50th T20I, just doing the fielding there as captain. Amazing to think of such a young man having led his country through some turbulent times. He probably assumed the captaincy in a way in which he wouldn't have envisaged or imagined, coming to the role at a very young age. As this one can't be given out, LBW pitches outside the leg stump. Yasin Patel looks for the sort of sweep around the corner, but he's really grown into the role, hasn't he? And he looks very comfortable as the leader now.
Yes, he has done a terrific job captaining Nepal since 2022.
So shows the volume of cricket that Nepal are playing these days. Again, pitches outside the leg stump. And you would have to say, probably the Cricket Association of Nepal, alongside some of the other boards, think of the Ugandan Cricket Association, Kuwait themselves, Qatar, a lot of these boards are doing a really good job at getting games outside of the official ICC or ACC pathways and getting bilateral tournaments. As the slog sweep comes out, and it's going to go over the head of Dipender Singh Airi. We said there'd be some attack in the 6th over. There indeed is. It comes from Yasin Patel, and Rajbanshi's hit for the second 6 of his spell.
Talking about matchups, this is a good clean hit by Yasin Patel towards square leg for a 6. Nicely picked up, slog sweep. He tried that shot earlier, he missed it. This time around, he got the mid of the bat.
Question will be, does he look to go again? Big gap at mid-wicket, deep backward square is out, long on is out. Can't go again because Rajbanshi bowls flatter through the air. So it's again 7 from his over. He's got 1 for 14. Kuwait 31 for 3 at the end of 6.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि सेवा बाटे अब होटल बुकिङ सेवा बाटे
Subject
खेती कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। खेती कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह। A slog sweep by Yasin Patel in the last over of the power play, which went for 7 runs. After 6, Kuwait are 31 for 3, and there's a bowling change.
And a big cheer as well because Sandeep Lamachani will come into the attack. He starts very well, nice drift and a bit of turn away. A lot written about the reasons and the fact that he wasn't involved in the West Indies series. He was there on the first day, but didn't end up in the playing 11. Stuart Hall came out and said he missed the first game for personal reasons and then wasn't with the squad for the last 2 games, but he's now back in his national colours and he is hoisted high into the air towards long on, and it's dropped, burst through the hands of Nandan Yadav. And we spoke about the importance of Nepal's fielding. That should have been taken. Lamachani should have celebrated his return to the national team with a wicket second ball. Instead it goes for 6.
Yeah, he should have taken that. He was really comfortably under the ball, but it burst it through the hands.
Back live with you now. Goes flatter, goes with the googly. Yeah, one thing I know about Kuwait from covering so many of their games, they will continue to attack even if they lose 5, 6, 7 wickets. They have hitters all the way throughout their lineup. big moment in the game, that the biggest swing we have really in our sport, a wicket or a maximum.
That is where Nepal has to.
They got to show their quality, Paresh, don't they, in the field?
Yes, they have to. Not only 3 or 4 players, but all 10, including the keeper. They have to feel well.
And I suppose that's where historically there's been a bit of weakness from the likes of Lalit Rajbanshi, who does work very hard at his fielding, maybe Lamachani himself, but you'd have expected Nandan Yadav to take that very catchable opportunity. But instead it just burst through his hands. It almost felt like he didn't get a touch on it. It just kind of went straight through them.
It looked like he was under the ball very comfortably in the first instance, but I don't know, however he missed the catch. Probably the light was not the issue, the floodlight was not the issue.
Yeah, he won't have been looking directly into either of the 2 big pylons there from the angle that it came at, so I don't think it should be a floodlight issue, but either way, just misjudging the depth of it as Lamachani comes around the wicket now. Swept around the corner, but there is protection down there, so it will be 10 runs from Lamachani's first, the best over of the chase for Kuwait. The score, 41 for 3.
हर एक लक्ष्य को आपने हाथ जोश को उत्साह मेहनत को लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक
At number 9, but they'll just keep coming and coming and coming at Nepal.
That is where Nepal should capitalize. There's a bowling change. Dipender Singh Aidi, the offie, comes into the attack to the left-hander, Yashin Patel.
This is a good move. Irie is interested with an LBW appeal. His initial instinct was to go for the piece of fielding into the leg side. That won't have been far away. Won't have missed leg stump by much this. You feel like these 4 overs, or potential 4 overs of Irie, are very important. When he's good with the ball, he's exceptional, isn't he? He can go with sort of 3.5, 4 runs and over. And they need that from him tonight.
And he bowls very quick through his overs. Coming around the wicket to the right-hander as well.
He simply does everything on fast forward. And the problem is he's so quick between his deliveries, so quick at fielding off his own bowling. He can bowl an over against you in a flash before you even know it's got through you as a batting pairing. And I think he's bowling as well as he's ever bowled. And look at the way he becomes a 12th fielder. They take him on, run out opportunity. Oh, and so nearly the 4th wicket. Irie sprinted 30 yards and picked up and through in one motion. It's not 11 fielders out there when Irie's about, it's 12.
He's the live wire in the field. And look at him go after the ball.
To recognise your fielder there if you're Kuwait. This is close as well. Direct hit. Oh, might have been gone. Great umpiring from Phil Gillespie, who gets the right decision. Asif Sheikh appealing to the wrong side. Again, flat through the air. He'll again field off his own bowling. Does Dipender Singh Arie know that other players are allowed to get involved in the game, where he just does it all himself?
He's so quick that he can cover the 30-yard circle by himself. He doesn't need any other fielders.
Literally can't he? Remarkable efforts and energy and enthusiasm and passion for the game. Good start from Irie. Just going to be 4 from his first over. That's what Nepal needed after a big 10-run over off Lamachani. End of the 8th. It's 45 for 3.
सेवा बाटे
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड एनर्जी 8
Skyward.
एनर्जी भनेकै रेड एनर्जी 8
यति कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
स्पेशल सेलिब्रेशन्सलाई झन्नै स्पेशल बनाउने सधैँ KFC
T20 auction for Kuwait players. Aslam Chani's cut away for a single. Mohammed Aslam, the captain, he went for 14,000 to the Sharjah Warriors. Mohammed Shafiq, who we saw bowl so well there in the first innings, he went for 10,000 to the MI Emirates. Bilal Tahir to the Desert Vipers. Meet Bavsar for 14,000 to the Gulf Giants. Adnan Idris, who is not in the squad, I don't think, went to the Abu Dhabi Knight Riders. And then no surprise to see it was Anudeep Chanthamara off to Dubai Capitals. So that's a huge development, isn't it? You come in, you start to play with some of the best players in the world, you go into really professional environments. They might not play every game, but whatever exposure they get is going to help Kuwaiti cricket.
Yeah, it would surely help their development of in their particular game as
What was the talk back in Nepal about Sandeep Lamachani missing out on those games? I think most Nepal fans obviously want him in the 11. It was a big surprise to see him not playing there.
Yeah, that is what the head coach Stuart Law in the press conference said, that because of personal reason that he didn't play. Apart from that, we don't know anything.
Back into the 15, straight into the 11. Looks in good rhythm to me. As he's pumped down the ground, good place to hit here, and it's going to be one bounce and fly for 4. Great footwork. In fact, it's going to go all the way for 6. Would like another look at that. Thought it might have just bounced once in front of the rope. Give it as a maximum.
Yeah, again, coming down the track, hitting it straight.
Just ahead of our camera shot, maybe just cleared the rope. Indeed, Phil Gillespie had no hesitation in raising the arms aloft, much more like it. Maybe this angle will tell us. Get a look here. Back live now. Once again, he goes straight down the ground. Equation starting to become more manageable. That 6 brought the 50 up, Paresh.
Yes, it sure did, and Nandan Yadav dropped the catch off Clinton Anto. Yeah, it cleared the rope.
I knew it bounced on grass. Didn't know it was just over the rope, as they won't get the single here. Another expensive over for Nepal. Kuwait coming into the chase. A good little 4th wicket partnership brewing up. 9 from it. It's 54 for 3.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Sunflower oil. मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद.
Panchakanya bathwear, luxury made affordable. Panchakanya bathwear, luxury made
अब होटलको पनि सेवा बाटे
luxury made
होटलको पनि सेवा बाटे
हरेक निर्माणको पनि घण्टा. Panchakanya 500 XT or 550 XT. Panchakanya steel.
Warm-ups. Plenty of options. Robert Pedal too, the skipper. They tend to all... I can't remember a game where they've only gone with 5 bowlers in recent times.
Yeah, they have plenty of options for the captain, Rohit. He can come and roll his arms. Kushal Malla is there. Even Gulshan Jai is a very good quick bowler.
Forgot to mention Kushal Bertel as well. Of course, he was again in wicket-taking form. I suppose with Lamachani back in, he might be used a little bit less with the ball, although, again, those two operated very well in tandem in St. Vincent in the T20 World Cup, where, well, Bertel was close to unplayable, 4 wickets against South Africa. I thought he bowled so well. Was it the first game, or probably the second game, wasn't it, against the West Indies? And some of the catching as well. Gulshan Jam, magnificent. Oh, they're going to take on Irie. Run out chance. Direct it. Gone. You run at your peril to this man. Oh, out comes the cartwheel. And he's nailed the landing to go with it. Outstanding fielding, outstanding celebrations. It's the one, it's the only to Bender Singh Irie.
Yeah, his celebration is so unique. He cartwheels of his own bowling, a direct hit. There was no single whatsoever in that occasion. Oh, hits the stump.
Better keep your eyes on the celebrations. They might be even better than the run out. He says thank you very much. Off he goes. Up and down. Nails the landing. 10 out of 10 from me. Oh, you've got to love it. It's going to take us to the drinks break. The cardiac kid's raising the pulses again. Clinto's gone for 26. It's 56 for 4.
नेपाल टॉप सब ठीक ठाक
Sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद. लक्ष्य अनेक, एनर्जी एक. एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल. Sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद.
नेपाल टॉप
मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद.
नेपाल टॉप
मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद. हरेक लक्ष्यको आफ्नै प्रभाव छ. जोशको, उत्साहको, मेहनतको. लक्ष्य अनेक, एनर्जी एक. एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल. Sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद. यो डाक्टर नवीनको सधैँ नयाँ चमकदार देखिने घर जसको सबै छिमेकीले गुनासो मात्रै गर्छन्. कसैको नयाँ घर हेरेर घाँटी पाकिएको गुनासो सबै हैरान आए लिएर गुनासोको चाह.
छोरा जन्मिँदा घरमा एशियन पेन्ट्स अल्टिमा प्रोटेक्ट शाइन लगाएको
यसमा भएको युभी हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम, पानी, धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा. घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष.
Hotel booking about Isiwa Battery. 2,000 plus hotels all across Nepal. Hotels with the best rooms. Relax, retreat, reserved. Hotels for everyone. Escape to a holiday without the hassle. अब hotel booking पनि Isiwa Battery.
Sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद. हरेक लक्ष्यको आफ्नै प्रभाव छ. जोशको, उत्साहको, मेहनतको. लक्ष्य अनेक, एनर्जी एक. एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला. यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
Skyworth Home Appliances.
पिउने पानी भण्डारणको लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क. पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क. 10 वर्षदेखि.
Greece. He's at the non-strikers end, the skipper, Mohamed Aslam, because that's where the run-out was affected. You have to love the energy and the joy that Dipendra Singh Airi and indeed many of this Nepal team bring to the game. How difficult was it to execute a run-out like that, off your own bowling as well?
It's actually very difficult, and to be honest, there was no run in that. He just ran blindly.
It's one of those ones as well, a little bit like the chance they nearly gave him trying to run two to him off his own bowling. It's just bad recognition of the fielder. You should know it's Dipendra Singh Airi, so you know you don't risk that single. With due respect, if that's a Karen KC, you might say, okay, yeah, we'll take it on. We'll find a way to hustle home for one. Here's the skipper. He's a very fine cricketer. Both with bat and ball, and he'll have a role to play here. But it's a tricky position. They need 8.5 runs per over because at the halfway stage of this chase, it's 57 for 4.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि Isiwa Battery.
नेपाल टॉप सब ठीक ठाक
को लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क. पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क. स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क. पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क. स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क. पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क.
Ordinaryबाट extraordinary बनाउने सधैँ KFC.
On this particular pitch, with the style in which Bertel bowls, he might be tricky, could get a few to skid on.
Yes, that is what Navin Raj did for Kuwait, the skitty leg spinners that he bowled.
Starts with a loose one, but there isn't much bounce in the surface, so it isn't punished and put away. Yasin Patel will probably have to find a way with Mohammad Aslam to get this scoreboard moving, because to get 10, 11, 12 runs per over towards the death here, not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy. 4 wickets are already back in the hut. And Kushal Burtel has the second best strike rate in T20Is.
Oh, Bertel nearly ran across the non-striker there. Might have fancied his chances of getting towards it. For Nepal, would there have been nerves today? I know the preparation couldn't have been any better. A series win over the West Indies, couple of wins in the warm-ups, and what seems like a very happy and stable squad under Stuart Law, who's come in and done a great job. But there will have been nerves with the scale of the prize and the pressure that is always going to be in these qualifiers.
Yeah, the qualification is in stake, so each and every team, they will have nerves. We saw that in the first game here in this ground. UAE chasing a mere total of 119. There were nerves as well.
They got themselves in a real tangle, didn't they? Required a very good fourth wicket partnership to pull it out of. The fire for them. It's one of those ones, I think, again, if you haven't watched the match, you say, oh, well, the UAE have won that comfortably. It really wasn't the story for probably, well, maybe 10, if not 15 overs of the chase. It starts to get his length a bit better.
4 singles in the first 4 deliveries of Kushal Patel's first over. The required rate is inching towards 9. It's 8.68 at the moment.
Just have a bit of breaking Nepal Premier League news. I suppose with so many Nepal fans watching, I think this is official. One of the first overseas signings of season 2 of the Nepal Premier League, George Munsey of Scotland, going to go to the Bratnagar Kings alongside Sandeep Lamachani. Didn't play the first season, so great to have him in for the second year. Well, what a cricketer he is. He's in the best form of his career.
Yes, he is, and he's been scoring runs.
Scoring runs are fun at the moment, in ODI cricket in particular. Such a good record. Going to be 6 singles from Kushal Patel's first over. Not the best one, a little bit all over the place with his lengths, but gets away with it. End of the 11th, 63 for 4. Yeah, that second edition of the Nepal Premier League. There'll be more than a few cricketers here from some of the associate sides hoping to put themselves in the shop window for that.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल साइदाग वर्षौं वर्ष प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या स्टिल.
The attack, the captain coming around the wicket. What's the plan here? Why is Dipender Singh Ari being taken out of the attack as they get back for a second?
Probably he's going to bowl the death overs. That is why Rohit Paudel himself coming into the attack.
You would suspect that Kuwait might recognise this as an over to attack. And that's exactly what the captain of Kuwait has done. Picks up a brace of 2s to begin with.
Yes, swept it into the gap on the leg side. 2 runs taken. Was not in control, but got the gap. Ran hard for the second one.
Down the ground and straight to the man. Well, that's why Rowan Powell's brought himself into attack. It's to get rid of his opposite number. It's another inspired bowling change. I think it's the fourth that's resulted in a wicket immediately. And the captain himself has a big smile on his face, as you can understand why Mohammad Aslam's gone after him. The right matchup, all he could do was pick out, I think it's Kushal Patel, is it, down there at long on?
Yes, it was a simple catch to him. Whatever Rohit Paudel touches, it's turning into gold at the moment for Nepal.
You're spot on, and it's that trademark. I love that celebration he's got. He kisses the ball, sends a love up to the fans. Good change of bowling. It's a big wicket. Aslam's gone for 7, and Nepal are very pleased all of a sudden with their position. 61 for 5.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवामा
Skyward Home Appliances.
We're speculating about will be Shiraz Khan, the leg spinner, down at number 8. There is still batting to come for Kuwait, but just regularly losing wickets, and Nepal's fielding's not been at its very best, but it's applying enough of the chokehold alongside some skillful bowling to have them on top at the moment. Will that old Achilles heel of the struggles at the death with their death bowling maybe come back to haunt them, or can they close us out, Paresh?
Well, Kami had a very good first spell.
Oh, he's nearly created another run out. Stupendous Singh Iree. I think the thing that constantly surprises batters is his speed to the ball, yes, but then the pace of the release. And the two of those combined is what makes him such a firecracker, so dangerous in the field. And you just cannot run a single anywhere in his vicinity. And here's it straight out again. Dipendra Singh Iree does it once more. 12 have been bowled, 67 for 5. And that task is getting ever taller and steeper for Kuwait. You see the two Manhattan charts, they've really been dwarfed, haven't they, because of
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवामा
नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
Skyward Home Appliances.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
पुस्तो पुस्तालाई मायाले जोड्ने जिन्दगीलाई अर्डिनेरीबाट एक्स्ट्रा अर्डिनेरी बनाउने सधैँ के
And he thinks that because it's the two left-handers out there, the best option is get the two off-spinners bowling in tandem. I like what he's doing, thinking through his options, and there also seems to be a willingness from the 11 to adjust to it. Some bowlers would get upset, only bowling one over and getting taken off, but Kushal Patel straight back in the field, takes a catch in the last over, straight back into his work. Nearly fine, so he has to cut that one off. Said it before, I would love, I'm not sure that the production budget will extend to it, I would love a Dipendra Singh Iree camp. Just watch that one dedicated. Here you go.
Almost gets to the ball.
Doesn't quite agree with the line that Bertel is running there and the angle that he's at. He's got to be straighter. Your extra cover fielder shouldn't be getting beaten straight, so he's got to just squeeze in a little bit. I think he's now made that adjustment. One-handed pickup. It's Lalit Rajbanshi, a backward point of all places. Not a position he's usually in.
Yeah, not a place that he usually feels at. And if there's no turn, you have to field a bit straight. Like extra cover, a bit straighter.
Good work from Bertel again, not beaten his left-hand side, so making that adjustment, learning that I think was kind of compelled upon him by Depender Singh. We've barely blinked, this over is almost done. Just 4 singles from it. Nepal have a real squeeze on. It's another great over. Irie has been exceptional. You might look in the scorebook and say none for 10, but he's really been a change maker in this second innings. And Nepal will race through their overs and continue to apply pressure. That required run rate, Paresh, it's now over 10.
This Diwali, Daniel Properties is giving you the chance to book your dream home at just 0.5% per month. Diwali is the festival of prosperity and new beginnings. And what can be more auspicious than starting this festive season with a new home for your family? All you need to do is book your apartment by paying 50,000 dirhams, followed by a small down payment, and balance you need to pay 0.5% per month instead of our signature 1% per month. This is a lifetime opportunity because you can own your dream home in Dubai by paying just 0.5% per month, and that also fully furnished with no extra cost. इस दिवाली खुशियाँ होगी डबल और पेमेंट प्लान होगा आधा, क्योंकि जानी है ना.
Prince releases it very quickly as well. Did Rohit Bodal drop the ball? Oh, it was very, very close.
I think a good decision again. Rashid Riaz and Phil Gillespie have been outstanding. Just got back. Could still see a twister, a turn or two from here for Kuwait, but they have to start finding the boundary. They're having that same problem that Nepal had in between this kind of end of power play and 15th, 16th over marker, not able to find the rope with any regularity. Well, that's more like it attempted, but is long on going to nestle underneath it. Yes, he is. And Sandeep Jura is never going to drop that. Another fine fielder. Rohit Paudel is 2. He's got the wicket of Yasin Patel, and Nepal are maybe closing in on a victory here on the opening day.
Yes, a smart catch taken by Sandeep Zora, his second one in this innings. Yasin Patel played 27 deliveries for his 19, has to depart. He tried to hit it straight, but got the height, but not the distance. Easy catch for Sandeep Zora.
Yeah, great captaincy, leadership and quality from Rohit Paudel. Just a little slower through the air, wasn't it? Don't think it's Kushal Malla that's taken the catch. We'll need to get that corrected. Definitely Sandeep Jura.
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन. आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो बाइक नेपाल टॉप सब ठिकठाक. लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि सेवा बाटे.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला. यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
पुस्तो पुस्तालाई मायाले जोड्ने, जिन्दगीलाई अर्डिनेरीबाट एक्स्ट्रा अर्डिनेरी बनाउने सधैँ KFC.
Under Shiraz Khan will come to the crease. Might see captain be really selfless here. He so often is. Maybe just bowl these 2 balls and then get out of his bowling for the day. Turn back to maybe Raj Banshi or Sandeep Lamachani. All fans are making a real racket here. They're loving every second. Great crowd for the opening day of the tournament, and a lovely way to finish what's been 3 really engaging matches.
Yes, it has been the first game played on Oval 2. Oman beating Samoa by 5 wickets. And the second game here in this particular ground, UAE beating Qatar by 7 wickets. At the end of 14, Kuwait 76 for 6.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाट
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल सनफ्लावर ओइल मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद
To the attack was very expensive for the first 2 overs. 9.5 his economy rate.
Good credit in there now, isn't it? Sandeep Lamachani returns to the attack for his third. Googly across the left-hander. Don't think that was picked. Tahir Bilal stuck in the crease. Perfectly landed.
Sandeep can be very lethal in the accurate googlies that pitches and moves away from the left-hander.
Goes for it again. This could be Lamachani's return wicket. Yes, it is. And he takes a moment to give thanks. This time it is Kushal Malla that takes the catch. And lovely to see Gulshan Jha run a long way in to congratulate Lamachani. Those two very close indeed. Patel with the high five for his fellow leg spinner. Jora with the congratulations too. This game, it's now only heading one direction, and it's heading the direction of the Himalayas.
Yet again another googly bowled by Sandeep Lamachani. Simple catch to Kushal Malla at deep back to square leg. Tahir Bilal, the man who has to depart.
It's always the way Kuwait have played, isn't it? They keep going even when they lose wickets, but to hit square the wicket against the spin, not sure whether he was picking the googlies and the leg breaks and being able to tell them apart here. It's a very low percentage shots, and well, Kushal Malla's taken that very comfortably once.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल पिउने पानी भण्डारणको लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित
We'll have something remarkable. As Naveen Raj is trapped straight in front. It's 2-2. Lamachani's on a hat-trick. Nepal thinking of a big win now.
Like we discussed earlier about Sandeep Lamachani, he enjoys bowling in this situation. He can be very lethal. That is what he's done. Back-to-back wickets. Tips dead in front. Plum.
Yeah, I think it's a really good decision from an excellent umpire, Phil Gillespie. And I suppose a touch of redemption too for Sandeep Lamachani. He'll have been nervous, won't he, in the field? First 2 overs having gone for 19, but to come back and strike twice in the over, get back amongst the wickets, it's surely what he was born to do. Take wickets for his nation, Nepal. Back in amongst them. Nice to see him with a smile on his face. And do
पिउने पानी भण्डारणको लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
पुस्तालाई मायाले जोड्ने जिन्दगीलाई अर्डिनेरीबाट एक्स्ट्रा अर्डिनेरी बनाउने सधैँ केएफसी
There's a slip in place. Kushal Patel is at slips.
There's only been one T20I hat-trick in history for Nepal. That belongs, well, who else could it be but to Karen KC? It came against Papua New Guinea. Lamachani has a chance at it. He's got 2 and 2. Can he make it the perfect 3? He'll be bowling to number 10. Slip comes into place. Cover and mid-wicket hovering. What is the googly? It was always going to be the googly, but well kept out by Anudeep.
And the length was a bit shorter. He could have bowled a bit fuller and tossed it up. And nevertheless, back-to-back wickets for Sandeep Lamachani. A very good comeback over for him.
Yeah, really good. maybe thinking of a double or triple wicket maiden the way he's going. Another googly, kept out, just watched by Anudeep. And Nepal are thinking, well, not just to the 2 points, they're now thinking, hold on, if Kuwait go through this group, can we make this a 40 or a 50 run win? If they do, they'll get a good net run rate boost to go alongside it, and it would be a dream start. Oh, what a beauty that is. I'm not quite sure what they're appealing for. Is it LBW? Is it caught behind, or is it maybe stumped? I think it's beaten everything. The perfect leg break. You won't see a better one bowled. When it's a double wicket maiden, it somehow misses everything.
Yes, it was a flatter one, but turned viciously. Missed everything, missed the bat, missed the pad.
It's hard to bowl a better leg break than that. The drift and the angle in, it's pitched probably, around middle and leg stump even. Just to confirm, the side-on appeal also correctly given, not out. So he did take the, it was all happening. Caught behind appeal, stumping appeal, neither given as Lalit Rajbanshi returns.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Skyward, one appliances. Asian Paints Ultima Protect Shine. यसमा भएको UV hybrid technology-ले घाम, पानी, धुलो भएको UV hybrid technology-ले घाम, पानी, धुलो भएको UV hybrid technology-ले वर्षौं वर्षौं, धुलो भएको UV hybrid technology-ले वर्षौं वर्षौं, धुलो भएको UV hybrid technology-ले
I think the attack complements each other really beautifully. It's so balanced. And they're all quite different, if that makes sense. Okay, yes, Lalit Rajbanshi and Kushal Malla both bowl left arm spin. It's completely different. Rohit Paudel, Depender Singh both bowl off spin, completely different. Lamachani, Kushal Bertel, both leg spin, completely different styles. And that's why you've got 6 options there. We haven't even mentioned Gulshan Jha, Sampal Kami, or Nandan Yadav, who again are all 3 very different types of seamers. So 9 bowlers I've just mentioned there, and every one of them can be a threat. You can put pressure on the opposition, and it's a really nice position to be in as a captain.
Yeah, all the nine bowlers with different dynamics. Talking about Sombal Kami, he gets the ball. Talking about Nandan Yadav, he gets that bounce. He has pace. Even Gulshan Jha can bowl in the pace.
In a funny way, it must be a relief that Sandeep Jura doesn't bowl too much, because you'd have 10 options up your sleeve as Rohit Paudel.
Even Asif Sheikh can take off his pads and come and bowl.
No, that's a bridge too far, Paresh. I'm not going there with you. Arif, his brother, maybe, but not Asif. I'm not going to buy into him ever bowling a ball in international cricket. I don't think he's ever done it either. And for Kuwait, they just look a bit shell-shocked now, don't they? Both of these are capable of clearing the ropes, but are they maybe almost playing a little bit with net run rate in mind, thinking, okay, this game's probably gone, can't get 15 and over from here, let's narrow the gap as much as we can, and then we're going to have to go and beat Japan.
Only 2 runs of this over, 16 gone. Kuwait are 78 for 8.
Just looking at
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाट
Nepal top सब ठीक ठाक
sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको Ultima Protect Shine. यसमा भएको UV hybrid technology-ले घाम, पानी, यसमा भएको UV hybrid technology-ले
certainly Papua New Guinea will be favourites against Samoa. we could have a position, unlikely it might be, that at the end of the second day we actually know the three sides eliminated. Now, all of those games on day three will be very important, because then they will all dictate who takes through the 2 points to the Super Six. So it's not like there's going to be dead rubbers, absolutely not. But that would be a turn up for the books, wouldn't it? Presuming Nepal close this win out, if Malaysia were to beat Qatar, if Japan were to beat Kuwait, and if Papua New Guinea were to beat Samoa, we'd know the three sides eliminated after just 6 games.
Yes. In a couple of days' time as well.
Remarkable. Could all be over inside, well, 48 hours, for some 36 hours. So a lot to play for tomorrow. Every single game, all of the 21 going to count hugely. One's going to miss the leg stump. It's a sharp turning, googly, and Asif Sheikh nearly creates a run-out chance. Good umpiring again from Phil Gillespie.
Sunday Blamishani appealing every delivery that hits the pad. That one going down the leg side.
He's hit the bat. He's desperate for wickets, isn't he? Always hungry to take wickets like any good leg spinner.
Yes, he has missed out on 3 T20Is in Sharjah. This is a comeback tournament for him. Has taken 2 wickets already.
Looks like he's found a nice rhythm now. They're going to try and run an overthrow here. Jazz throw goes to the keeper's end, and they will get home.
We often don't see this overthrows by Nepal. Four runs off the last over, Sunday Lamishani. Last ball to go.
Another googly. It was always going to be a googly. He'll finish his 4-over allocation. Great return given his first 2 overs, none for 19. He finishes with 2 for 22 from his 4, and Kuwait 82 for 8.
हरेक लक्ष्य को आफ्नै प्रभाव छ जोशको उत्साहको मेहनतको लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Asian Paints Ultima Protect Shine. यसमा भएको UV हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम, पानी, धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा। घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर, वर्षौं वर्ष।
Special celebrations like Sunday special बनाउने सधैँ KFC.
That's Rajbanshi, that's number 9. And now it's going to be all over, bar the shouting. Good glove work from Asif Sheikh to hold on to a sharp catch right off, I think maybe the toe end of the bat of Shiraz Khan. Rajbanshi has his second. Nepal of 9.
Very smart catch taken by the keeper, Asif Sheikh. It was quicker through the air, Lalit Rajbanshi. Yeah, you're right, Lenny. It was toe end of the bat. Rashid Riaz, the umpire, no hesitation to give it out. Shiraz Khan has to depart for 3. It's all done and dusted for Kuwait. They are 9 down for just 82 runs.
And a remarkable performance.
टॉप सब ठीक ठाक
Sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद।
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद।
नेपाल टॉप सब ठीक ठाक
Dominated the vast majority then of this second innings as the youngster comes out at number 11. Daunting task for him. Just try to get Anu deep onto strike to see if he can hit a few boundaries. Kuwait are going to go down to defeat here. So nearly from that delivery it was all over. And what's more, particularly if Kuwait end up beating Japan and coming through to the Super Sixes alongside Nepal, presuming that Nepal of course can get past Japan, they'll take a good 2 points and a net run rate boost into that Super 6. So an ideal start for Nepal and what looks like it's pretty tricky batting conditions overall here at the main oval.
Very well bowled by Lalit. Word cut out for Kuwait. Farooq, the number 11 batter for Kuwait. He bowled very well in his first spell in the first innings.
Worked into the leg side, should just get the single, so he'll get off the mark. We've no doubt that the vast majority of Nepal is watching this match and enjoying the action, and we do have to give a shout out to Paras Khadka, the Secretary of the Cricket Association of Nepal, who is watching on. He's just posted a tweet with an amazing photo from Sajan Lamachani, the official Cricket Association of Nepal photographer. It looks like he's levitating in mid-air, Dipender Singh Ari, and he says, "What sport are we playing?" Brilliant. I'll give that a retweet. That is absolutely brilliant. End of the 18th over, 83 for 9. Rajbanshi ends with excellent figures. He's got 2 for 17. And Nepal, you remember, the second highest ranked side in this qualifier, no doubt will have had some nerves coming into today, particularly with the bat in that first innings.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाट
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल स्काईवर्थ होम एप्लायन्सेस यदि कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यसको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सनु होला यस कार्पेटको शीर्षक
Special celebrations like Sunday special birthday, Sunday
Does loop up, and it's going to be a wicket, and fittingly it'll be Dipender Singh Ari that takes the catch. It rounds out well, close to a pitch perfect performance, certainly with the ball anyway, just the one drop catch in the field. Some real highlight moments, particularly provided by the Tiger himself with that world-class run out, as good as you'd ever want to witness. Nepal ultimately proving a bit too good for Kuwait, who had their moments, particularly in the first innings, but it's the dream start in a tournament structure and format that you have to get off to a good start in. Nepal win by 58 runs.
Yes, and a very big margin of win. Simple catch to Heidi, the last wicket. Handshakes all around. Nepal winning the game by 58 runs, a big margin. That will boost their net run rate.
And on the whole, you would have to say between the two innings that the right result. They have outplayed Kuwait, who definitely, I thought they were so good with the ball and so impressive with their bowling plans. They generally fielded pretty well too. But as the teams go off to shake hands, the two support staffs are already doing that on the sideline. Rohit Paudel pats Kushal Patel on the back and says, "Thank you for your runs," and indeed that winning moment to the wicket. 26 for Clinto Anto, who really kept trying to swing away merrily, and double figures for Meet Bavsar and Yasin Patel. The rest, nothing to speak of.
Yes, it was a very poor performance by Kuwait. Sorry, reading scorecard. Bowling cards, Sompal Kami, a wicket for Nandan Yadav as well. 2 wickets for Lalit and Sandeep. 2 wickets for Rohit Paudel, the captain. Kushal Patel chipping up with 1.
Yeah, and certainly a kind of all-round bowling performance that will give Stuart Law and Rohit Paudel a very, very pleasing end to the evening. They've had a few wobbles, but let's get a look at the very best of it, starting with that Sompal Kami wicket.
Yeah.